Setting up HDR in Red Dead Redemption is pretty much straightforward because first of all, this game does not support the HDR system level calibration on the PlayStation 5 where I have tested the game. And by the way, this is the LG G4 65-inch with a maximum peak brightness capability of roughly around 1500 nits. But what we have HDR settings in the game, and when you go to option menu, you have HDR calibration, and the only setting what we actually have, because the user interface brightness setting is literally just for the user interface symbols or HUD symbols on the screen, so feel free to adjust this as you like it. The only setting what we have is the HDR brightness setting. We can choose between day and night to adjust this setting, but I agree they should make this setting actually a little bit easier to understand, because all what you can do here is guessing, but not when you watch my channel, because I digged a little bit deeper and I took a couple of measurements. And this is the moment you have all waited for, and this is also the moment where you can please like, share and subscribe. So this table, I did a little bit of testing and measurements, of course. So if you like to, or if you're playing this game on the LG CX, you like to have a maximum peak brightness setting of around, let's say 800 nits, roughly 800 nits. Unfortunately, you need to choose between 9 and 10 clicks. So what I'm talking about, 9 and 10 clicks, you're asking, let me just quickly show you this. HDR brightness setting is set to the absolute minimum, okay? And then we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or if you like it better, on the CX 10, okay? This is how my table works, okay? So let's just quickly jump back. We have also the LG G2, roughly 1000 nits, 11 clicks, 14 clicks. For the LG G4, what I'm using here is roughly around 1500 nits, is roughly around, okay? The HDR settings in the games they are not very precise, okay? Let's say it like that, okay? But you can see here, and I think the rest is very simple to understand. If you have the LG G5, try to use 18 clicks from the very beginning, okay? Lowest setting, count 18 clicks, and you should get more or less the best result for the LG G5, and so on and so on. And now let's talk about the HDR quality in general. And when we're now talking about the HDR quality in this game, please keep in mind, please consider, this game was initially released in 2010, so roughly 15 years ago, and the very first game with HDR support, as far as I know, was NBA 2016, released in 2016 on the Xbox, okay? So keep that in mind. So HDR gaming is not very old, okay? So, and this is, that's the fact here right now. So we don't have a native HDR implementation. We have an SDR to HDR conversion, whatever you want to call it, but a pretty good one. I mean, again, don't expect too much from this game. This is nowhere close to the HDR implementation in Red Dead Redemption 2, where we have a masterpiece, not just in game, in gameplay, in sound, graphic style, not all, also in my opinion, in regards to the HDR implementation. Red Dead Redemption 2 is just a masterpiece, okay? This is nowhere close, okay? This is just a very simple SDR to HDR conversion, but it is much better than just SDR, because we have very great popping specular highlights if necessary. We have here nice lamps. They are not as bright as the sun, which is absolutely fine. That's what we're expecting, okay? This can't be bright as the sun. That's how it is in real as well. And on the top, we have pretty good HDR black level floor. Even right now in this very, it's evening or whatever, sun goes down. But even now, where we shouldn't expect a perfect HDR black level floor, we have below 0.05 nits. Here on the horse, somewhere, a couple of details are very close to complete OLED black, okay? So the contrast right now looks absolutely mind-blowing in my opinion. Again, don't expect too much details in specular highlights, because there's literally almost no cloud on the sky at the moment. Maybe that's because right now how the game actually, or the level or whatever, or the design, but there's also not much details in specular highlights in general, okay? Keep that in mind. But again, if you have a proper TV like the LG G4 or even the LG G5, there's no reason not a single reason to play this game not in HDR. Okay, my friends, so that's it for this very short video, and this is the very beginning of the game, so I'm not spoiling much. Hopefully you just ride with whatever her name was, I forgot. I played this game, oh my god, I played this game. I never played the remaster before, but I played the original on the Xbox back then, okay? But I can't remember anything. It's so long time ago, but I think I played it on the Xbox, not on PlayStation. I can't remember honestly. But I remember, of course, that this was the beginning and stuff like that, what you have to do. And it's just great, you know? You're coming back to a game, what you have played or haven't played in ages, and it's so hard actually when you sit so close from front of the TV and you try to do something. It doesn't work, okay? Let's just forget about gameplay at the moment. Let's just focus on the game. You should actually try it out. It's on PlayStation Plus, where I have downloaded it. I'm not quite sure if it's on Game Pass, honestly. I don't know. But the remaster version in terms of graphic looks okay. I mean, again, it's a 15 years old game. What are you expecting, okay? So there are not much details, but I have to say, and this is really amazing, in regards to the animations, this doesn't look like a 15-year-old game at all. Yes, of course, the graphic style, the details, you can clearly see it's an older game. But what Rockstar Games did back then, 15 years ago, or even before, because development started, of course, before, maybe 20 years ago. This is just mind-blowing. This is absolutely fantastic. And even better, Red Dead Redemption 1, in my opinion, is even better in animation and a couple of things than AAA games nowadays. That's my absolute opinion. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is there's no way that any game can actually beat Red Dead Redemption 2 in terms of animation, in terms of open world, in terms of the setting, in terms of how you interact with everything. It's just absolutely mind-blowing, okay? Looking forward for GTA 6, of course. Anyway, whenever it will be released. That's it for this video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.